Today's going to be the last day of chopping silage for 2020 here. We got the chopper all ready to go. Rinsed all the dust off the windows and everything. And I had to replace an air cleaner this morning. We started chopping silage about 3 weeks ago, and I started with a brand new air cleaner. And I was blowing the air cleaner out Sunday night here, and I ended up ripping one, and then I ended up ripping another one this morning. So the one that I ripped this morning was the used one that we had in the shop here. And you can see the pleated paper is ripped and unfolded right there. So that's no good anymore. And this is the one from Sunday that ripped, and this was a brand new one just a couple weeks ago. And you can see that paper's ripped right there. And then if you look from the inside of the filter, you can see daylight through right there. These filters are about $180 a piece. Now we end up blowing the chopper off every day, and we also blow the air cleaners out. That's that. We're going to roll into the last day of chopping, like I said, and we're going to try to get some drone footage here today from the field and get some drone footage of the last loads going into bulk here. Maybe we'll try to get the drone up a couple different times here throughout the day. We're going to be chopping right near and close to the farm here. We're going to be down in behind the barn. We've got silage that is close by. Well, we are going to roll out, so we'll join you a few times throughout this video throughout the day here, and we'll see how she rolls. Okay folks, it is October 8th and we are chopping the last little bit of corn that we have for 2020. Now, we've got the C500 hooked to the all-electric trailer. We just pulled a pretty good sized hill right there. And if you look, he's got regular road tires on. Now, when we chopped this field last year, the corn wasn't green. The corn was white. We chopped this field in the snow last year, and we had to haul everything out of here with dump wagons. We had to literally pull the trucks into the field so that we could dump onto them with the dump wagon, and we had to pull them out again. So we're gonna throw the drone up in the air once we get done chopping this field here, and we'll throw some footage in from last year as well when we chop this. But the conditions are a lot different this year. I'm trying to run the spout and stay on the row here at the same time, but I'm kind of not chopping with the rows because I've got an odd number of rows here, and you can kind of see that maybe in behind us here. But we'll throw the drone up here when we get done chopping this field, and like I said, I'll throw some footage in from last year when we chopped this in the snow. It was kind of it was the first time I've ever chopped corn in the snow, and I don't remember what the date was, but I'll look that up before we throw the drone up. I've got maybe 7 acres left here, and the trucks have been coming in at a pretty good clip here. So once we get done, we'll throw the drone up in the air. So we'll be back with you in just a short little bit of a minute here. Okay folks, so we are just getting done chopping, and what we like to do when we get the drone out, we like to spy on our neighbors, and we like to spy on the different types of crops that they're either putting in the ground or they're harvesting. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to check on this crop that our neighbor here has in this little shed here. I'll come over to the top of him a little bit there. And look at the crop he's got growing inside his little, I don't know if you call it a greenhouse or not, but he's got the blue tarp pulled. He's letting the plants get some sun today. They look pretty good. So I thought we'd just come over here and show you what he has growing there. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to kind of talk about this little bit of ground here that we're on. This is about 60 acres, and this ground here was the last ground that we last planted ground here for this year, and it subsequently is the last bit of ground that we're chopping. Now, we chopped this farm off last year. When we started chopping, it was a gray, gloomy day. They were calling for a couple inches of snow, and by golly gee, we got a couple inches of snow. We had the C5 with the all-electric trailer over in this field first thing that morning, and by the time he got loaded, he ended up getting stuck. He couldn't get out of the field. We had to pull the tractor and the trailer out of the field with a tractor and dump wagon. And he actually ended up putting the tractor and dump wagon in this ditch right here. My father ended up making this driveway wider, and he couldn't get the swing coming out of the driveway just in the way he was getting pulled out of the driveway. He tried alerting the guy that was pulling him out, but he couldn't get him on the radio. I don't know if the radio wasn't working or what, but he jabbed on his brakes, but he still proceeded to get pulled out of the driveway, and once the trailer went into the ditch, ended up breaking the chain. So I was on the other end of this field about where this chopper is now, and I could kind of see the whole thing unfolding, and I hightailed it to the road with the chopper, and there was a neighbor that blocked off the road up there's an intersection on the other side of that cornfield up a ways. He blocked traffic off, and we come out through the driveway there with a chopper. It would have been a nice opportunity to do some videoing, but I didn't have time to get the camera out. We're on a main road right here, and road tractor was out sitting on the other side of the yellow line, and I had to pull kind of on a diagonal coming towards that guy's driveway with the white house there. Luckily, the trailer came out. We just hooked onto the axles and pulled it out sideways, and we kind of lucked out. But this farm here, this field actually has a open ditch. Well, not really an open ditch, but there was a spot where the previous farmer that was renting this, he kind of left it open, but there was water that had run from the road here, and it kind of ran on a diagonal across this field here. And when I planted the corn, I didn't plant in that area because my father was working on getting the problem addressed, and he has that all fixed now. He laid a couple of big tile lines down in through there, and I didn't plant it just so that he could get in there and work on it. But he ended up getting that done here after I had planted the corn, and next year we'll be able to get right across this here. But he's got it marked with a yellow stake right there, and another one right there, and then so on. But like I was saying, this particular farm, when I was chopping it last year, we chopped it in the snow, and we had to run everything out of here last year with a dump wagon. We're able to chop that little bit by the road there, next to that guy's house with the exotic crop. We were able to chop that direct, but it just started snowing, and by the time we got into this back part here, we had to cart everything out of here with a dump wagon. My father ended up fixing this little laneway going into this back field as well. This was nothing but a big water hole, and what he ended up doing was he ended up pulling some big stone out of the hedgerow here, and he packed all that in and cleaned it out so that the water would flow through that, but that was a couple feet deep, just from the dump wagons pulling in and out. But this one particular field that we're flying over the top of right now, I've got some drone footage that I'm going to put in right now, and we'll kind of talk over that as we fly up across here. But that footage from chopping in the snow was from this field here, and there's a pretty good sized hill in this field. The drone really doesn't show it any justice, but Tim actually was able to run up this hill with a C5 in the trailer with actual road tires on it. The corn down in this lower part here, this little field that's on the other side of the, there's like an old hedgerow that ran right there on the other side of them power lines. That was dry, and then this little short round section that we're kind of looking over here right now, that was like 52 or 3%, but this up in behind us here, that all ran in the mid 60s. So that's gonna do her, folks. Gonna fly this back to the chopper, and that's gonna do it. We kind of had a little fun there earlier when we spotted what the guy had growing in his shed there. I had opened the field up, and I looked over and I was going by that guy's house, and I seen he had his plants getting some nice sun today. I don't know why he doesn't have them covered up now. Of course, we don't have the threat of frost or anything for tonight. I don't know what they lack. If they must be about finished out by now, but I don't know. But It is what it is. I don't know how many plants he has in there. There has to be about a dozen of them or so. Well, that's going to do it, folks. I want to thank you for watching, and we will catch you at the next video.